My name is David, we're here at Earl Stewart, and today we're going to talk about brakes. We're going to make sure, we're going to measure our brakes, and we're going to see when you really need brakes and how to do the correct procedure to do a brake job. First of all, I have my tire out, as you can see. Then I loosen up my caliper, so that way I got more room to see my brake pad. Then I get my tire brake on my brake pad gauge so I can measure my brake pads. As you can see, we got from red, yellow, and green. It starts from 2 millimeters all the way up to 10 millimeters. As you can see, my brake pad right now is in 3 millimeters. So definitely I'm in the red area. So right now, this vehicle needs brakes. Not just that, to do a proper brake job, you need to resurface your rotor. That way, when you have your new brake pad, you got a clean surface where you're gonna stop and you're gonna have no pulsation. Right here next to me, I have a brand new brake pad, and the brake pad that right now is worn out. As you can see, the thickness on that pad. This is a new one, this is an old one. You see how thick it is? This is what stops your car. So now I'm gonna show you the correct procedure of having the rotor resurface. As you can see, this rotor, the color it looks a little bit black because that means being treating all that heat from stopping all the time. So now we're gonna do it, we're gonna resurface it, and it's gonna have a nice smooth surface. That way when your pad touches it, the new one touches it, it's gonna have a completely even surface. That way you don't have no pulsation, no noise at all. Okay, so here now we're going to show you how we properly resurface the rotor. That way when you have your new brake pad installed on it, your car is going to stop with a completely flat surface area. That way you don't have no pulsation or noise. And now you're going to see how the machine is going to start cutting it perfectly. That way it won't shatter the rotor or create any type of uneven cut. Right here, see all the metal coming down and having a completely new surface on that rotor. The rotors, they have a life, so you cannot cut it too much because otherwise it will be out of the specs, or because that way it will make the rotor too thin. So you have to make sure the cut is complete, it's a smooth cut. Not just that, it has to be not a really hard cut, just smooth. That way your rotor comes out evenly, very nicely. So when you put your new brake pad on, you'll be having a nice smooth stop, like when you bought the car from your first day. As you can see, how the new color of the rotor is, how smooth it looks. It feels very smooth. And now from this side right here, you're gonna see your new brake pad. See how the difference, how thick they are, how flush they got there. So that way when you have now when you brake, you're gonna have a completely smooth braking without no noise or pulsation at all. It's gonna be like when you bought the car from the first time from the factory. It's gonna feel like brand new.